And so again, she's a highlight, and that helps me grow because again, that gives me the opportunity to pat myself on the back and say, okay, I made it as a 14-year-old mom who is
Right.
now right. And now that I know that I'm advanced later, now looks different from this for the 6-year-old son that I have. And he's excel and he's marvelous. Because again, the support system looks different. And so again, I look different than a 14-year-old mom than I went when I was 29 when I had my son. I cried more when I was 29 than I did 14 probably. I'm what? I'm pregnant? Oh no. I'm depressed. I cry for days.
Not funny, but it's funny. I'm sorry.
No, we laugh now. Oh no. At 29? What do you mean? My life is just started. My daughter's 16.
Right.
So, but that's gratitude though, and that because I'm grateful that my daughter did get it connected at an early age. She understands what it means to meditate. She understands what it means to just put it more in practice what self-care is. So
Yeah, that's amazing to me in itself because I feel that you because you had to grow up so fast. At having that baby at the age of 14, you had to grow up fast. And there's some things you had to put into place in your life and gain an understanding of really fast. And because of that, granted, you had to grow up fast, but now you're able to grow up with your daughter and tell her the things that you learned along the way, having to grow up so fast, and that at an early age for her, now she has to understand a more in-depth understanding about life because of things you had to learn at a young age. You had to figure out how to provide for you and your daughter at a young age. Even in I commend you, by the way, going to college with a young child. A lot of people don't make it to college because their life stops because of their life circumstances, but you continued and you figured out life, and along the way, because of where you are currently, your children are reaping the benefits of you having a child. It might look bad in somebody else's eyes, but right now, your kids are reaping the benefits of you having a.
oh yeah, they're great. They're fabulous, right? I was like, oh, and the one driving motivation was, and I like to share it to people too, because I always get permission from my mom to self-disclose, is that growing up at 14, I was angry with my mom because I felt like if my mom was present and wasn't somewhere abusing alcohol, that she would have been present in the home, that guided me more as a parent. So I'm the victim, right? I'm the victim. I'm blaming her for the reason why I'm a teenage mom, and I held that until I was 21. I was my whole teenage life, I was angry with my mom. I felt like you should have been there. You should have been out drinking in the streets. You should have been home, right? But understanding life and the way people cope, healthy or unhealthy, that my mom had her own, again, intergenerational trauma.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I had to get up. Again, I'm glad I went to college to have a higher understanding of it from a higher education. Then it started to make sense. Like, oh, wait, my mom was struggling with her own stuff that she couldn't even be available
Got
to
her
me
own
emotionally.
story. She got her own journey she dealing with.
Right. And I was like, so I'm not really the victim anymore. And I removed that victim title. I said, okay, well, I got to figure this out. My daughter was always the vision for me. And again, that's the reason why, again, those divine connections was lined up, because if probably I wouldn't have it, I don't know what life would be like. But again, that gave me the motivation. We said, what inspired you? What motivated my daughter? Go to college. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know because my mom didn't go to college. My dad didn't go to college. My brother went, but he only went because he went for football. He wanted to get away from school. So, but my daughter was like, oh, life has to be better because I can't be working in this chicken plant. That's the normal job down there in Richmond, North Carolina. You working in a chicken plant. Well, wait, how much you making? $5.75 an hour. What's that?
I remember those days.
Yeah,
I remember those days. And at a young age, and I didn't have no kids, so I can imagine what that was like for you to have a child making $5.75. I remember.
Yeah.
I still needed help make it, in life at $5.75.
That's when your support system comes in place. But my mom made me reality. Well, okay, well, you're gonna pay me some rent. You got to contribute. I was like, wait, I don't make what, a couple hundred, maybe barely $200, barely, because I was going to school too, right? So that just, yeah, gratitude. Like, hey, I look now, I'm in my backyard now, my serenity plants, my plants are my therapy. Like, hey, I'm good. I don't have no complaints. I cried when my Porsche was crashed. I have a black Porsche, and somebody hit me in March in Oakland. I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, wait, oh, well, what are you crying for? Because you got another one in the driveway, and you don't even drive your cars to work. You ride public transportation, which again I'm thankful for, right? So again, these complaints are like, wait, oh, hold it. That's why I have that checklist on my mirror. My partner says, oh, what you doing? Now we are grateful and have that checklist together. We go down that. Are you being compassionate to yourself enough? Because we're so perfectionist in this Western society. Mm-hmm. Are we grateful enough? You crying because your car who got in car insurance zone had an accident. You got into an accident. Accident happened. But again, it goes back. That's the reason why I have to keep those on my. They don't go away. I don't never perfect them because life changes day to day.
Yes.
But I'm crying about something materialistic, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 35 years old, I'm crying about my car. Right? I don't even drive it. It's actually his car because my car is a 2-seater convertible. I was like, 14, I didn't think I would have 2 Porsches in my driveway. I didn't think I would be in California in a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, right? I didn't think that I would be, I didn't think that at 14. But that's what part of you said, keep being consistent and keep going. You will reap what you sow.
Yes,
it was
ma'am.
So,
yes, you will reap what you sow. Yeah. Yes. Those seeds of consistency and gratitude, honey.
Yes. that is
self-compassion. That look, I had a child of 14 and I'm 21. Now I'm 35 and I've done a heck of a lot more than most people have. Like I've traveled, I've made it through having a child at 14. You know, I went to college. I'm in college again.
3 times? I'm like, wait a minute. Last time done.
You know, it's those times we have to keep gratitude in the back of our mind. Like, I'm grateful for this. I actually now have a gratitude journal because I have to make sure that I write the things.
Oh, those are wonderful.
I have a gratitude journal to make sure that I write down what I'm grateful for, because sometimes we can even be down on ourselves. That's where that self-compassion, have more compassion for yourself. And so I have somebody I talk to regularly, and she tells me, she was like, you know, well, it sounds like you did a whole lot today. You know, I'll be mad too. They're like, dang, I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. And she was like, Portia, it sounds like you've done a lot today. Like, and I was like, you know what? I guess I have. And
when you open that journal up, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, so I have a gratitude journal too. And I was like, oh, well, let me go back to because I bullet journal.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I did a whole lot in the daytime. And I was like, okay, my gratitude journal, I'm grateful that I got 10 out of 20 things done.
Right.
And went to work today from 9 to 5.
Right. Right. So we can be definitely hard on ourselves, but we have to be, you know, grateful and be self-aware too that, you know, I'm doing a lot, especially because in this day and age, we're doing a whole lot.
Oh,
and,
a whole lot.
COVID-19 slows some of us down. You know, it caused us to have to come back and be like, look, now I need to change something. I might need to learn how to sit still a little bit.
Ooh, being still, I'm so gracious to be still.
You know,
I'm so grateful to be still. I looked at my calendar. Somebody says, well, you had your whole calendar planned out. I said, I know, because February I was supposed to be, I was coming back February. March I was supposed to be in Arizona. In April I was supposed to be in New York. May I was supposed to be in Cancun. June was like a break. July, we're going to Chicago. August is family time. Then half of August, Jamaica. September is downtime. Because we're celebrating Labor Day, so we got some type of cookout or festivity going on. Yeah, you was frozen.
Yeah, you were frozen.
Oh yeah, but no, but good. We needed to be still. COVID-19 helped us to be still, and You know how it took me back to that moment to meditate. I needed to be still because when we're in that quiet place, we could think and self-reflect a lot. Self-reflection is so important.
Vital. Self-reflection in all things, in our relationships that we're in, self-reflections in our habits, self-reflection in our conversations that we've had with people, self-reflection. There's so many things that self-reflection can teach us, because there's things that, because sometimes we're just in the moment, we're just doing things and not really
busy
thinking about them. Yeah, we're busy, we're just in the moment, we're just whatever it is, and we're not really conscious of it. But when we sit back and reflect on, like, even for instance tonight, like, there's some things I reflected on that I might need to do differently, tonight, in preparation for next week. So there's some things I need to reflect on, and that's going to make me better. And a lot of people think self-reflection is like, oh, I'm been down. No, self-reflection helps you do better, because it doesn't, it's not to over self-reflect. It's just to say, oh, well, I did this and we did this well. Like, just how we're doing now. We were reflecting on the things, that initially we were reflecting on the things that, we were talking about what happened tonight, but it's to do better, to acknowledge the success is one, but also to say, okay, well, I could do this a little bit better. I could have done that a little bit better, or maybe I should have did this way, but overall it was great. Which it really was great. And so self-reflection, it can do a lot of great things in our lives, and help us be better people, reflect on where we are and be grateful, one, to have compassion for ourselves, two, and figure out what we need to be more consistent at. I keep going back to your points.
No.
Which are great points. Like, it was, we need to have self-compassion for ourselves and acknowledge those things that we're doing well, and be grateful in all things. We need to be grateful in all things, and find those areas where we can be a little bit more consistent in, or acknowledge that we have been consistent and we're doing well, with those things. So I'm so happy that you mentioned that. This just came to me, that it's important to be connected, honey. You don't know how powerful that was for me, because I say this often. It's so important to be connected. Connected to yourself, to connect to other people, and be connected with God, because that's so important. It shapes us, it molds us, like it does a lot. Connection is so important, and like you said, COVID taught us that, the importance of being connected with other people. It really has. It's taught us.
Look at us now. Look at the nation now that's connected to people on all colors. We're connected with a purpose.
Right. And even
when we're connected, we grow further.
Yeah, and even on the grand scheme, but even on the smaller scheme, sometimes it makes us sit back and look, okay, well, I haven't called this person in a while. People die in the world. I need to be connected. I need to call my family. I ain't talked to my mama in however long.
Let me answer the phone. She's calling, right? Let me answer the call. I need might be the last time.
I ain't talked to my grandma in forever. Like, I need to call my grandmother. Like, I need to call my grandfather. Whoever it may be. It gave us some time to sit down, but some people were so ready to move outside of their time, and that's a word, honey. That's a word. So many people are ready to move outside of their time, and we just need to sit still.
No, I'm ready to be an adult. No.
Right.
No.
Write that down.
I'm okay. Let's slow down. My daughter told me, she says, Mommy, can I? No, you can't go back now. You done. To be still in the moment. Mindfulness is so important. Be still and embrace this current moment.
Mindfulness is great. Yes.
Sit still and just say, okay, well, what should I be doing? Embrace the air. Hear the birds. Taste your food.
Sit and
smell the roses or whatever is on your environmental space.
Right.
But be still and hear God. I promise you.
And hear your inner thoughts.
I sit on my mirror, because my mirror is not a mirror. It's like my whole mirror is like written up with all sorts of stuff on my board, because it becomes, this is what I need to focus on. I don't need to look in the mirror. I look in the mirror all the time. When I walk in the hallway, it's a big mirror on the stairs. I don't need that. But being still, okay, because we're so moving. We're in rapid pace, but being still right now has connected me back with myself so much, with others, realigning where I should be. What's the next step? What is the current step? What was the past step? How did I do? What can I do? Like for those that play sports, that's the reason why they watch their plays all the time. Recording ourselves. Oh, great. How are we speaking? I recorded myself. I said, let me make sure I slow down when I talk to Portia. Let me make sure I have some key points when I'm on the screen talking. Let me slow it down to be still. Let me listen and not speak. Because we're always speaking and not listening.
Yes, that's a great point. We have to be mindful that we're actually listening to people because um, in this day and age, we're all about what's the next thing, what's the next thing. So in our mind too, in our head, like we're thinking, like, what's the next thing, what's the next thing, versus listening what someone has to say.
Go with the flow of life. Stop rushing it. Just flow with life, and one of my when I'm in spaces for group norms or we're like in a nice healing space, one of the group agreements is just let it flow. We have unconferences because we are so structured in this way that we should be this way and we should do this way. This time, no, let life flow. If it don't meet it, we didn't meet it, and it's okay. We can try again tomorrow. So understanding that too, it doesn't have to happen in the order right away. Like, oh my gosh, why I don't have a team? Oh, why my website ain't up yet? And I was like, why I'm not even responding to this? And I was like, because Tanya, maybe because you work 9 to 5 and you had to do crisis today, and maybe because you had to sit in traffic for 2 hours, and maybe because you had to do mommy time on Zoom tonight or on Messenger tonight, or maybe because you had to check in with the family time and have a family meeting and have family discussions. Oh, okay. All that had to happen, and I'm still like, why? No.
Yeah.
Let life flow.
Yeah.
It'll be just fine.
I agree. Let life flow, honey. Let life flow. Yes.
But yeah,
That's good.
but definitely, Portia,
I enjoyed you.
send me the information so I can definitely tune in for the next 3 weeks, right?
Actually, it's 4 weeks.
5 more weeks. Okay.
It's
What?
4 weeks. It's the 26th